Once upon a time, the UK was the land of tea, politeness, and questionable weather. It prided itself on multiculturalism, diversity, and letting anyone in, as long as you brought a casserole to the neighborhood barbecue. But lately, things have changed. Border control has gone full Netflix dystopia. Immigration policies are getting stricter than your nan's biscuit jar, and suddenly people with foreign accents are being asked if they came on a dinghy. So, is the UK becoming anti-immigrant? Or are people just grumpy because their toast is soggy and the trains are late? Let's dive into the facts, the myths, the headlines, and the hypocrisies. British style. 1. From empire to go back where you came from. Let's rewind to colonial times. The British Empire once spanned a quarter of the world, cheerfully collecting spices and labor like Pokemon cards. People from India, Africa, and the Caribbean were encouraged, or sometimes strongly suggested, to move to Britain to help rebuild after World War II. That's how the Windrush generation came to be. Hard-working, loyal, and apparently too brown for the paperwork. Fast forward to 2018, and many of those same folks were being deported or denied healthcare due to a bureaucratic mess that would make Kafka cry. You colonize their homeland, invite them to yours, and then tell them they're crashing the party? That's not immigration policy. That's gaslighting with a Union Jack. 2. The laws keep changing. And not in a cute way. The UK's immigration laws are now more complicated than assembling IKEA furniture blindfolded. There's a points-based immigration system, unless you're seeking asylum, in which case you're stuck in legal limbo for years, possibly eating tinned beans in a government-run hotel. Want to bring your spouse to the UK? Hope you're rich. Want to stay after graduation? Fill out 47 forms, prove you can speak English, and also contribute more than a lifetime of taxes because reasons. These shifting rules don't exactly scream, "Welcome." They whisper, "Don't get too comfortable." 3. Small boats and big meltdowns. Let's talk about the UK's obsession with small boats. The media's latest panic involves migrants crossing the English Channel in inflatable dinghies, like it's an Olympic sport. Every tabloid in Britain seems to have a camera pointed at Dover, waiting for a boat to appear like a celebrity at Coachella. Never mind that these people are fleeing war, poverty, or literally being hunted. The response is often, why don't they just apply legally? Spoiler, they can't, because the system barely works, and most legal pathways have been closed faster than pubs during COVID. So instead of empathy, they get military ships, detention centers, and headlines that sound like bad sci-fi. The invasion begins. Mate, they came with backpacks, not bazookas. 4. But the UK still needs immigrants. Ironically, here's the wild part. The UK literally cannot function without immigrants. Who do you think staffs the NHS, delivers your Uber Eats, drives the buses, runs your local corner shop? British people are allergic to fruit picking, and yet somehow offended when migrants do it too well. The Office for National Statistics says immigrants contribute more to the economy than they take. And without them, say goodbye to healthcare, hospitality, and someone who actually knows how to make decent coffee. So yes, while some politicians scream about taking back control, businesses are begging the government to please bring in more workers, preferably ones who don't demand tea breaks every 20 minutes. 5. International students. Cash cows. Let's not forget about the international students. You know, the ones paying 3 times the tuition fees while still getting passive-aggressive comments about not fitting in. The UK loves their money. Their presence? Not always. New rules now restrict students from bringing their family, which, fun fact, has led to fewer people applying. Universities are panicking because they rely on those fees to stay afloat. But instead of fixing the issue, the government's like, what if? We just blamed immigrants again. If universities collapse, don't worry. They'll probably just open another Pret-a-Manger where the library used to be. 6. The media. Fear sells better than facts. Ah yes, British tabloids, the subtle art of turning person seeks better life into alien invasion. From the Daily Mail to the Sun, Headlines about immigration are as dramatic as a Love Island breakup. Britain fool. They're taking our jobs. Invasion via canoe. Let's be clear, the actual data doesn't support most of these panic narratives. But that doesn't stop politicians from using immigration as a punching bag every election season. Why solve real issues when you can yell, "It's the immigrants," like it's a magic spell? 7. The Brexit effect. Unfriending the EU. Remember Brexit? The UK's national decision to ghost Europe? A large chunk of the Leave vote was about regaining control of borders. Translation: we don't want Polish plumbers or Spanish bartenders anymore. Post-Brexit immigration rules now restrict even European citizens from living or working freely in the UK. Result? Shortage of workers in nearly every industry. Empty supermarket shelves, and British nationals quietly asking if they can unleave. Turns out, breaking up with your neighbors isn't so easy when they were keeping your house running. 8. Rwanda plan, because apparently France is too close. The UK government's latest genius idea? Send asylum seekers to Rwanda. Yes, Rwanda. A country 4,000 miles away. The logic? Deterrence. The reality? Expensive, cruel, and legally questionable. Millions of taxpayer pounds have been spent on a plan that's mostly been blocked by courts and condemned by the UN. And yet, the UK keeps pushing it like a broken record. Look, we're tough on immigration. Meanwhile, migrants are stuck in limbo, human rights groups are protesting, and everyone's pretending Rwanda is suddenly the new Belgium. Spoiler, it's not. 9. Political hypocrisy. Immigrant roots. Anti-immigrant rhetoric. Here's the kicker. Many anti-immigration politicians are immigrants or children of immigrants themselves. We're talking Rishi Sunak, parents from East Africa. Suella Braverman, daughter of immigrants, Preeti Patel, daughter of Ugandan Indian immigrants. It's like ordering a full-course meal, then telling the next customer the restaurant is closed. You benefited from immigration, but now you want to slam the door shut? It's giving, "I made it, now pull up the ladder." 10. Are the people actually anti-immigrant, or just fed up? Now let's be real, not everyone in the UK is anti-immigrant. Most Brits are decent, polite, and just want their tea brewed properly. Many support immigration, especially skilled and legal migration. But what people are tired of is government incompetence, policy flip-flopping, and being told by tabloids that they're in constant danger from people who just want to start a better life. So the country isn't necessarily anti-immigrant. It's anti-mess, anti-hypocrisy, anti-politician. But immigrants often end up taking the blame. So, is the UK becoming anti-immigrant? Well, not exactly. It's becoming confused, politicized, and easily manipulated by bad headlines. But beneath the noise, there's still kindness. There's still opportunity. And there's still a majority of people who know that diversity makes a nation stronger, not weaker. So before we panic, maybe we take a breath. Fix the system. Stop blaming the wrong people. And maybe stop sending refugees to Rwanda like it's an Amazon return. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What do you think? Is the UK getting more anti-immigrant or just more chaotic? And remember, if you're gonna close your borders, at least return the spices.